Female body image in sports. What is body image? Body image is a subjective picture and mental image of one's own body. Women all over the world struggle with body image. The constant pressure by the media has led to over 91% of women being unhappy with their body. As social media has grown in the last decade, so has body image issues. Exposure to social media leaves women comparing their bodies to unrealistic body types they see almost daily. This has led to 50% of women using unhealthy eating habits in order to achieve the ideal body standard. Over 76% of women struggle with body image issues in comparison to only 37% of men. Every woman feels the impact of body image pressure, but elite athletes feel this pressure more than anyone. With females' looks being placed above their skill by many observers, body image is a unique and powerful struggle for female athletes to conquer. Every sport has an ideal body type. Often this body type is an aid for success in competing. To get this body type, athletes will often overtrain or go on unhealthy diets or even turn to steroids. The pressure for an athlete to look a certain way can become obsessive and unhealthy. While both men and women struggle with this issue of achieving the perfect body, female athletes become defined by it. In some sports, an athlete's appearance as part of the competition helps to determine which athlete gets the highest score. These sports are called aesthetic sports. Aesthetic sports include gymnastics, figure skating, and dance. In these sports, the idea of having a perfect body is drilled in participants' brains from a very young age. These sports emphasize the benefits of being extremely thin, which leads to girls who compete in aesthetic sports being affected by body issues more than any other group. Those who compete in non-aesthetic sports, such as hockey, soccer, wrestling, and tennis, do not struggle with body image in the same way. Their image doesn't affect the outcome of their sport, but many non-aesthetic athletes struggle with the fact that their body does not look like the social beauty standard. Their muscular build is not what society has deemed beautiful. Many female athletes feel the pressure of struggling with body image, and some end up putting their self-worth in it. The pressure athletes put on their body can often become the only thing they focus on, but many female athletes believe they are not the only ones who think this. Female athletes, like male athletes, work tirelessly to perfect their skill in their sports. They endure relentless hours of training, pain, and hardships to be the best athletes they can be. But many female athletes feel as though their skill is not appreciated in the same way as male athletes because people are too caught up in how they look. With 80% of female athletes feeling the pressure to look like a certain body type, body image defines them as an athlete. Former Michigan State track athlete Denise Spans feels that most of the time they just want to see a beautiful girl play a sport. I think that the focus should be on the skill because female athletes do work so hard to be good at their craft, only for it to be overshadowed by the way they look or how their body looks. This extreme pressure on how the athletes look create a very unhealthy environment. Studies show that 49% of D1 female athletes develop an eating disorder for them to look thinner. Many coaches will create an environment in which they encourage unhealthy eating habits for their athletes to look a certain way. Doing the training required to be an elite athlete while struggling with an eating disorder is very dangerous as athletes are doing high levels of exercises without replenishing the nutrients needed to continue. With the extreme pressure on an athlete's image, many can also begin to suffer from anxiety, depression, or low self-esteem. Struggling with any of these conditions can greatly affect an athlete's performance. Body image is obviously a huge issue among female athletes, and is the leading factor of encouraging body image issues is the media. The media holds female athletes to different standards when it comes to look than men. The most successful female athletes are often not praised for their athletic ability, but rather shamed because of the way they look. 67% of female athletes feel that the media cares more about how they look than their skill. Advantages are given to conventionally attractive athletes when it comes to sponsorships. The perfect example of this is Maria Sharapova and Serena Williams. Maria Sharapova is often considered the most beautiful woman in tennis, while Serena Williams has often been shamed for her looks, with people claiming that she looks like a man. Though Serena has proved herself over the years to be the better tennis player, companies were still offering Maria Sharapova bigger sponsorship deals based on her looks. The media likes to sexualize female athletes while praising male athletes for their skill. In the rare occurrence of the female athletes being on the cover of the magazine, the media likes to dress the female athletes up, make them look pretty, while they like to put male athletes on the cover in their sports uniform. The media's unfair portrayal of female athletes' appearance make it so elite athletes struggle with body image more than anyone else. Impossible standards and constantly being compared to others has led to extremely unhealthy eating habits. One sport that feels this pressure more than any others is classical ballet. Among all sports, ballet has the worst reputation when it comes to participants struggling with body image. As an aesthetic sport, their skill is partially judged on by their looks. Ballerinas are 10 times more likely than anyone else to struggle with body image issues, leading to 1/5 of classical ballerinas having eating disorders. Ballet companies and teachers are known for pushing their participants to lose weight or go on unhealthy diets such as the lettuce diets, in order for them to look more aesthetically pleasing. Ballet dancers are told that only the prettiest and skinniest dancers will end up getting a job. The eating disorder culture in ballet, mixed with a tremendous amount of athleticism needed to perform ballet dances, make it so ballet dancers suffer more than anyone else. With eating disorders encouraged and the covering up of the issues in ballet culture, this sport is one of the worst environments created for young female athletes. Body image struggles are not just mental, they can also have a serious effect on one's physical health. Eating disorders can cause conditions such as osteoporosis and amenorrhea, as well as cardiovascular issues. Eating disorders cause deterioration in the heart, as there is no energy to generate power. Continuing to compete at a high level can cause this process to speed up. Living with these conditions and not seeking out help can lead to serious medical conditions, and in some cases resulting in death. Body image in sports has a great effect on female athletes, and is an issue that has yet to be fully addressed. Participants, coaches, and the media must all work together to tackle this issue in order to eliminate the pressure of having a perfect body for the next generation of athletes. Eliminating the focus on female athletes' image will allow for female athletes to feel confident and happy while participating in sports.